Viewer discretion is advised. This content is for information and entertainment only. These are real courtroom details from the Diddy trial, reported by Inner City Press. In a federal courtroom packed with press and tension, a moment unfolded that no one saw coming. Diddy, once the symbol of control and confidence, collapsed face first onto the courtroom table. The trigger? None other than Hollywood icon George Clooney taking the stand with a testimony that peeled back the curtain on years of carefully hidden secrets. For weeks, Diddy had kept a tight grip on his courtroom demeanor, calm, composed, even smug. But everything changed the moment George Clooney walked in. No one expected him. There had been no leaks, no press alerts, just the door opening, and in walked Clooney in a navy suit, a leather journal in hand, eyes locked forward. The room fell into absolute silence. Even the judge paused. Clooney wasn't there as a celebrity. He wasn't there to defend or attack. He was there to testify. As someone who had been present at Diddy's legendary white parties in the Hamptons, his observations weren't gossip. They were documentation. He had seen things, and he had written everything down. He described how the glamour of those elite parties masked a darker purpose: surveillance, manipulation, and control. Clooney stated that by 2011, he had begun noticing patterns: young, inexperienced guests being isolated, unusual security behavior, and certain drinks being served selectively. By 2014, he stumbled into a room filled with monitors showing live feeds from around the property: bedrooms, bathrooms, private areas. Two men were adjusting remote cameras. They told him it was for security, but he knew better. What followed was years of systematic observation. Clooney brought counter-surveillance tools to the events. He mapped out camera placements. He overheard disturbing conversations. One quote from Diddy himself, written in Clooney's journal, chilled the court. "Make sure we get everything on Williams tonight. I need enough to ensure his cooperation on the Vegas deal." He testified how Diddy allegedly used footage to pressure industry executives, silence critics, and gain leverage in business deals. Clooney recounted one incident where Diddy showed private footage to an executive who had turned down a business proposal. A week later, the executive reversed course. That moment, Clooney said, was the confirmation he needed that what he had feared was real. Diddy's reaction to Clooney's testimony was immediate and visible. He stopped taking notes, his complexion paled, and when Clooney read a quote from a conversation at the 2017 White Party, Diddy collapsed. Paramedics rushed in. The courtroom was cleared. The trial resumed the next day with Diddy visibly shaken. But the prosecution wasn't done. They called Rebecca Chen, Diddy's former executive assistant who worked with him from 2016 to 2019. She spoke with clear discomfort but undeniable courage. She confirmed Clooney's account, describing how she managed guest lists and handled special instructions for targeted individuals. These people were flagged as high priority. Staff were assigned to guide them, surveillance was focused, and footage was stored in what she called the leverage file. When asked if Diddy ever used that file to pressure people, she didn't hesitate. Yes. She described sending anonymous packages to those who resisted deals. The contents? Screenshots, clips, and notes saying things like, "Looking forward to resolving our differences." But the breaking point came when Chen described an artist who threatened to go public about something that happened at a white party. Diddy allegedly showed her a video, arranged a private meeting, and the artist signed a restrictive NDA. She never spoke out again. As Chen described Diddy's casual comment after that encounter, "Everyone has secrets, and secrets are currency," Diddy exploded. He stood up, shouting that it was all a setup, that Chen was lying. The judge cleared the courtroom again. Diddy had to be restrained. Back in court, the final blow came with the testimony of Jason Martinez, Diddy's head of security from 2015 to 2020. Unlike Clooney, who observed from the outside, or Chen, who saw internal operations, Martinez implemented the system. Cameras were placed under Diddy's direct orders. Files were organized and used as tools of influence. He called it relationship insurance. Martinez described meetings after parties where footage was reviewed and categorized. He even detailed break-ins at homes of guests who later refused Diddy's business proposal. Nothing of value was stolen, but personal devices were accessed. All of this was backed by digital evidence obtained during FBI raids, archived folders matching Clooney's diagrams and Chen's testimony. Martinez made it clear this wasn't about rogue staff or accidental misuse. Diddy was in charge. Every move was calculated, every target was deliberate. The defense tried to claim the witnesses were coached, that Clooney's journal had influenced them. But Martinez responded with a line that struck the jury hard. "I've never seen Mr. Clooney's journal, but I'm not surprised our accounts align. We lived the same truth, him as a witness, me as an insider." After closing arguments, the jury took just 14 hours to reach a verdict. Guilty. Multiple counts, extortion, conspiracy, witness tampering. Diddy stood motionless, then looked at Clooney, sitting quietly in the gallery. Their eyes met. No words needed. Clooney had brought it all crashing down. The verdict sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. Labels cut ties, streaming platforms pulled music, public statements poured in. But the most powerful voice came 2 days later when Clooney spoke at a short press event. He said this case was never about one man. It was about a system that allowed power to be used as a weapon. He reminded the world that silence enables predators. Diddy was sentenced to 18 years in federal prison. At his sentencing, victims shared their pain, stories of careers lost, lives manipulated, threats that left them broken. Diddy's statement fell flat. He accepted no direct blame. But Judge Saunders did not hold back. She said Diddy's operation wasn't accidental, it was designed to harm, control, and exploit, and that the sentence was not just punishment, it was protection. As Diddy was led away, the illusion of the untouchable mogul shattered. George Clooney declined book deals and interviews. He said his testimony was enough. The message had been delivered, and Hollywood would never be the same again.